So for making the goggles for learning and memory, step one is going to be to get your Fresnel lens. You can see looks like this, and this amount of Fresnel lens, which is one sheet, is enough to make 2 goggles. So the first step is we need to cut the sheet a little bit in order for this to work. So we want to cut about 2 inches out from the middle. So if I cut a little bit here, and a little bit here, cut them all the way down to the end. We should end up with 2 sheets. And then from there, we need to cut each of these in half. And so we'll end up with 4 sheets for making 2 pairs of goggles. Okay, so now we've cut our Fresnel lens. We have it on our template here, which is a document that should be printed. And so this middle piece that we cut out can be discarded. And now if we look closely, we can see that these 2 pieces belong to one pair, and these 2 pieces belong to one pair. So if we're kind of looking close at that, we can see pair 1, pair 1, pair 2, pair 2. And so now next we'll have to cut them up and paste them onto our goggles. Okay, now we have our pair of goggles that we're going to attach our lens to. Now the trickiest part is orienting the lenses in the right way. So that's why the template can be useful for this. But if you look closely, you can see there are lines along the Fresnel lens on both of these, and you just want to make sure that they're oriented the right way. So if we look at our sheet here, it tells us the right way to do it and the wrong way to do it. So as long as the lines are facing the same direction, like they have the same pattern, then that's correct. We don't want them to be going in opposite directions like we have here. So next we will cut these sheets of lens so that they fit nicely inside the size of the goggles. Okay, so now we've cut one piece of our Fresnel lens to fit into our goggles. And so if you cut it just right, you can sort of slot it in to your goggles. Otherwise, if you cut it a little bit smaller than the size of the goggles, then you can just glue it in around the edges so that it doesn't disrupt with the vision. There you go, so that's one side done. Now we'll just cut the other side out. Now it's important when we're cutting, again, just to double check the ridges that are here on the Fresnel lens, because we want to make sure that our 2 pieces line up in the correct orientation, again like the picture here. Otherwise the goggles will not work. And so now we've cut out our second piece of lens and fixed it into the goggles. You can see it's a little bit uneven here, but that's okay as long as basically the whole field of vision is covered by the lens. And so now when students wear it, it should shift their vision to the left by 10 to 15 degrees. And that's how you make the goggles for learning and memory.